Welcome to Alaska Family Connection. My name is Hunter Mizar, and we're just about into the camping season.
Yay.
There's going to be some great activities taking place on the district that you're going to want to be a part of. And right now, I'm sitting down with Pastor Kim Marks, fairly new to the district, been here for about a year, and has joined the Soldotna team. And so what we've done is we've just thrown you off on the wolves. And you're brand new, and we've already put you in as director of kids camp. But you have a real passion for kids camp.
I really do.
And you've had a lot of experience. So tell us a little bit about what's your background been in working with kids in camps.
Okay. Well, I have been a children's pastor since 2005, at least as pastor.
Yeah.
And I have pretty much directed camps for over 10 years. I did some in Indiana and then in Ohio for at least the last 8 to 10 years.
Nice.
So I love camps.
Yeah.
I was saved at a camp.
Yeah.
So camp to me is really a special time for kids to kind of get off by themselves without all the pressures of home, things that are going on around them. And they're able to concentrate just on God and just having fun.
Yep.
And it gives them an opportunity to grow deeper in their faith.
Yeah. I almost feel like in such a technology-driven world, it's now even more important to get kids out, to get them outside, to get them away from some devices, and just,
And that is for me, that's one of my rules, is no devices at camp. Because we all look at our phones constantly, and so I want to make sure
and
that
kids are even younger now that we're putting phones in their hands and they're working technology.
Right, and they don't know how to relate to each other as well as we did as kids because we didn't have everything. So we built relationships, and so this is a time for them not only to build a relationship with God, but learn how to build a relationship with other people.
Absolutely. So there's a theme this year. Yeah. Tell us about the theme of what we're working with.
Okay, so it is Camp Heartbeat, and what we're trying to teach them is that we can live every heartbeat for Jesus. Yeah. That, it doesn't have to just be at church, or it doesn't have to be when we're with our family, or, trying to live at school. No, it's every moment, we can spend with Jesus, talking to Jesus, just learning more about him.
I love it.
And it's something we need.
Yeah.
And so I know it's a struggle sometimes for me to remember, hey, this, even in this moment, are you living every heartbeat for Jesus? So I just think it's a great opportunity for us to teach kids. It's not just a church thing, but it's an every moment thing.
Now, obviously, the most important thing is the spiritual things that take place. So we're doing church services and all these things. But there's other activities too. And I love Camp Maranatha. I've said that all along. I was a kid that went there. I think it's a great campground. But what do you have some ideas of what you want to do for activities for these kids?
Yeah, it's fun. I went yesterday just because I'm not from here. So our campgrounds are a lot different than these. So I just was able to walk around, see things, and just start in my head incorporating what I've known to what's here, because they're different.
Right.
And so I'm really excited about some of the games we're going to do. Honestly, there are new ideas forming since going yesterday.
Sure.
Like, I didn't know we had bows and arrows, so that's an activity we can do that I didn't even know about. And so I know that they got a new water trampoline. So I know that's going to be a big hit.
Right.
So, but we're going to have some crafts and games. And one of the things I'm really excited about is we're going to do some Bible quizzing.
Oh, nice.
And just to get kids to understand, if their church doesn't do it, what it's all about. And maybe even a desire to, hey, this is something I want to do.
Yeah.
And so we're going to do that, but there's a lot of games we're going to play. We have a game rotation and just different stuff. We'll have evening games and of course swimming and stuff. So I'm really excited about some of the things that we're going to do.
Yeah.
So
now the primary audience, it's not just a boys camp or girls, it's both boys and girls. What is the age group that we're talking about that can go to camp?
Okay, first grade,
Okay.
completed first grade to completed sixth grade.
Yeah.
So it's just any younger than that will
It's a
struggle.
big deal to be
Yeah.
away from home. And home. Sure.
And then the sixth graders actually have an opportunity to do whichever camp they want.
Okay.
But we're partial to our camp, and so I hope they would
Go to
consider-
kids camp,
That's
sixth graders.
right,
That's
kids
what she's
camp.
saying. Yeah.
Yeah, but so first through sixth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the
it'll be
dates are what?
fun. June 29th through July 3rd.
Okay.
And it's a new dates for camp.
Yeah.
Because before it was early June, so
Yeah.
we're late June into July.
Okay.
So
And we have a couple of prices. So there's an incentive
Yes.
to sign up early so we can prepare. So what's the first deadline and what's that price?
June 15th,
Okay.
and it's $225.
Yeah.
And then if you sign up after June 15th, it's $225 or $250.
$250.
Sorry.
Okay. Yeah. I would hope that no one would watch this video and not go because of money.
Correct.
And I mean, I think your local church could help you. But if not, I mean, you should reach out to the district, reach out to me.
Reach out to me.
We just don't want to see any kid not go
Right.
to camp over finances. That's just not a good reason
No.
to go. But you do have a couple of needs. I mean, it takes a lot of people to pull off a camp for the district.
Yes, it
So you have quite a few male chaperones that have
Mhm.
signed up, I understand. But we need some female chaperones,
Yes.
right? And you can't just, what age do you have to be to really work that? We really don't want like high school kids necessarily, right?
I need adults first.
Yes.
And I can have a few teens to come in and supplement and help out.
Yeah.
But to actually be a counselor and be responsible for the kids, I need adults for that. So I would like them at least 18.
Yeah. We especially need women to help us.
Right, this year so far, yes,
Right.
we need women. And I'm also, I need a game person, somebody who will lead the games. And I have one craft person, but I would really like a second one because we would like to split them a little.
Yeah.
So the younger kids and the older kids can do crafts on their own level.
Sure.
So that's what we're looking for
Yeah.
still.
And I know it's a big commitment to ask people to come out for a week, but I mean, it's so rewarding
It is.
when you invest in kids and you pour into their lives, the things that come out of their lives later on. I mean, I just think about the people that were counselors for me that made such a difference in my life that I'm grateful. They said, I'll take a week off. I'll make the sacrifice. I mean, it makes the difference.
Yeah. Well, and I think that's one of the reasons we are willing to take the cost of our adult volunteers.
Yeah.
Is because we understand that they're taking their time off work to do this. And so I think it's important for them to know we understand that, we care about that. But you're right. It is the blessing you get out of being with those kids and seeing from day 1 to day 5 how they grow in their faith, but also just the relationships that you will build with those kids. And when you see them in places, they will tell you. I had a girl who I had one of my first years on the last district I was on. I counseled for a while, and she was in my cabin, and she came back as a junior counselor, and she was like, "Do you remember you had me?" And she was my junior counselor, and I just sat there and I went, "Lord, you're amazing how you work."
Yeah.
You know, and so it was just nice to watch her now pour into kids.
Right.
And so that was pretty cool.
You could tell me better because you're a children's pastor, but statistically, people that make a commitment to Jesus, I mean, before the age of 12 is just astronomical.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a really high percentage. And my prayer is that if we could get kids at camp at a young age, the things that we could save them from as far as things of the world, bad decisions, I mean, it would just be incredible. And I really think that there's something about being in a holy place that's set apart for God, that even kids have this encounter with God that's real, that's legitimate, and could very well shape and change their lives.
Yes. You know, it's funny that you said that. I was involved in a young adult group at one point, and we were going around sharing how God had changed our lives, and they're big. You know, I drank and God took me out of that and all of this, and it came to me and I was like, I don't really have a big story to share with you.
Yeah.
And one of the guys goes, right there's your testimony.
Yeah, that's right.
And that has stuck with me, and I think back, and it's because of these moments, these special moments I had at camp and different things, that those changed my life enough to say, I don't want anything to do with that stuff. Yeah. And so I do think it's so important to have, to give kids these opportunities.
Absolutely. Well, I hope if you're a parent, you make sure your kid is there. Yeah. I hope that if you're an adult, you don't just think, oh, someone else will volunteer. We need you. Yeah. Speak up. Yes. We need lots of volunteers. Yes. It'd be great to have so many adults that, you know, we could lighten the load even more. I mean, because it's a great week at camp.
Yeah,
so
it is.
I'm excited for what's going to happen. And if you don't send a kid and you're not participating, pray though. Pray that week. We just want God's Spirit to pour out and touch the hearts of those kids. And we're just expecting a great week.
Yeah, I am too. I cannot wait.
Yeah.
Like, it can't come fast enough.
Yeah.
Well, it can, but it can't.
Right. Well, we'll leave in the comments a few ways that you can register. And then I'm going to leave Pastor Kim's email on there as well. And so you can reach out to her for more questions. And then, of course, register right away because we want you to be there. And it's going to be a great week of camp.
It's going to be awesome.
All right.
So, thank you.
Thank you. Welcome to Alaska Family Connection. We are less than a month away from Family Camp. And I'm sitting with the directors of Family Camp, Pastor Troy and Pastor Wendy from our Jewel Lake Church. Last year, they led worship for us, and we had a little bit of a change. You know, we've had some faithful leaders that have done it for a long time that have said, we want to step down, we want to give room for new people, and so I saw fresh blood with my friends here, and thought, you know, since you guys did such a great job with worship, you were there, you kind of saw how it worked, and so I'm excited about this family camp. We're bringing in some people that I think many people in the district will be familiar with, Dr. Brian Thomas and his wife, Dr. Jean Thomas, and they're going to be great. They used to be at Wasilla, so they're coming, but we're changing several things. One of the things we changed is the date, because we were kind of stuck on that 4th of July weekend, and a lot of churches do a lot of 4th of July outreaches, so we want to make that easier for them. But then this is NYC year, so a lot of kids are going to NYC, so we've changed the dates. Tell me the new dates for family camp this year.
It's June 18th through the 21st. So if you have been saying that the reason you haven't come to family camp is because it's over 4th of July weekend, now we get to find out if that was true or just an excuse.
Correct.
So it's June 18th through the 21st. It's Father's Day weekend. So this gets you out of pretending like you're going to make your dad a good dinner.
Right.
You can just come
Family camp.
and stop by Red Robin on the way home.
So let's clarify. It starts Thursday night.
Thursday night with dinner.
Right. And then it's all day Friday, Saturday, and then we conclude Sunday morning with the service.
Correct.
And there's no lunch.
Correct.
They head
correct.
home.
Take your dad out for lunch on the way home for Father's Day.
That's right.
Or your favorite directors.
There you go.
Thank them for what they did. Sure.
That's right. That
Now,
works.
there's several activities that we've historically done. What does it look like this year? What do you kind of visualize in family camp? Because we're pivoting a little bit, making some changes. How do we see some of those changes working out?
So there's a big philosophy change. In the past, it's been this concept of families from within the district getting together, and once they're at family camp, they kind of all split up and go their separate ways. And there would be activities for kids and activities for adults and for seniors and these kinds of things. And we had determined in talking about this that it should be the Alaska district camping together as a family.
Yeah.
So rather than splitting everyone up, we'll be keeping everyone together.
Yeah.
So there's going to be some large group games and activities that will be really awesome. And if they're not, blame him, even though he has nothing to do with them. Blame him if they're a bomb.
Sure. Right.
That we're going to do. I don't think anybody's going to get hurt. We're gonna try to avoid anybody getting, but there'll still be some very good activities that we'll be doing. One activity that everybody said we absolutely have to do again is the cardboard canoe races.
Right.
So, listen.
That's coming back.
That's right. Go to the grocery store, go to the flooring store, get any cardboard you can find and bring it.
Yeah.
Now, there
Furniture
is
stores have
furniture
better
stores have
cardboard.
great
Yeah.
cardboard.
Yes.
They do. Now, there is one thing that John at the camp wanted me to mention about that. He said he wasn't really excited about us bringing that back because he said there have been some people in the past that have made their cardboard boat and let it go out and sink in the lake and then just left everything behind.
Okay.
So
That's not good.
no. So he said, we'll do it as long as you take everything home with you. And I don't blame him at all.
Yeah.
But I said, what if people just paid you $10? Could they just dispose of the stuff there if they paid you $10?
Yeah.
Because he said he can take it, but then he has to pay to dispose of it.
Right.
So listen, if you want to do it the easy way,
Yeah.
bring all the cardboard you want.
Yeah.
We'll even bring tape, but we'll have extra tape for you. We might even have extra cardboard for you. And then just give him $10 and leave the mess behind.
Yeah.
And he'll haul it off for you. See how easy we're making it?
Wow, that's so
You can
easy.
sink to the bottom of the lake easier than you ever have before.
Well, and another really cool opportunity is because we aren't breaking up the age groups.
Yeah.
If you see a family there with small kids and they're trying to worship and their kids are being crazy,
Yeah.
go be an adopted aunt or uncle or grandparent. Grab those kids so mom and dad get a break. But
Yeah.
we're not going to send all of our kids away during church because we're not a family if our kids are in a different location.
Yeah.
And so get excited about the opportunities to mentor another family and take them under your wing. And then like in our breakout times when there is a little bit of free time, grandmas, pack your knitting stuff or crochet and bring an extra hook or two and show some of these little girls and guys how to do that type of thing. And guys, the same thing. If you've got a cool little pastime you enjoy doing, a hobby, bring some extra stuff. Use that opportunity to fellowship and mentor others and get involved in other people's lives. That's the whole idea of one big family. So instead of segregating everybody, we're going to be one big family at camp all the time, enjoying each other.
That's great.
And there will be multiple opportunities to just kind of hang out. During the day, there's downtime planned in. During the evenings, after our evening session, each evening, we'll be having a bonfire time. We'll be having some great snacks. And if you don't like them, you can blame him. No,
Well, I think you got to speak a little about these snacks because it sounds like they're selling like cookies and these sorts. But I mean, now we're talking about legitimate snacks. At
We're
this
talking
thing, right?
legitimate snacks.
So my wife, Wendy, was famous in the town we came for a few specific treats that, I mean, seriously, like the whole community was aware of it. I'm not going to tell you what they are.
Right.
It's a secret.
Yeah.
You got to come.
Yes.
But she has actually volunteered to make one of those treats
Okay.
for everyone in camp. And
Wow.
I want you to know that it's expensive because there's a lot of ingredients involved. It's really time consuming. And you'll be so mad if you don't come and take part in that.
Yeah.
So,
We're
yes.
going to have legitimate snacks in the
But on my
evenings.
night, it's Fruit Loops.
Oh,
That's
that's nice.
with no milk, just dry.
Well, and the other thing is if you play an instrument, bring your instrument, a
Please.
guitar or
Yes.
something.
Yeah.
We're going to have spontaneous worship around the
That's cool.
campground in different spots. Grab somebody with a guitar and a singer and opportunities to pray
Definitely.
together and worship together and just hang out together.
Yes, definitely. That's something that's part of the bonfire experience at the end of the evening. Definitely. Thanks for bringing that up. Yes, bring your tuba or your accordion or whatever you happen to play and come and join us. Come and lead in worship around there. Bring your favorite worship song. It's going to be fantastic.
Yeah.
You definitely want to be a part of that.
I just love this focus of trying to connect. And I kind of express that to you guys of we're such a big district. And everyone's so far apart that when we come together, let's not continue to segregate. Let's try to be together. Let's build relationships. Let's try to get to know each other better. And so I think this is going to be great.
Yes, definitely.
Now, I want you to know this. There are limited rooms at Langley.
That is true.
So if you want the nice hotel room with a bathroom, don't mess around. Sign up, get your payment in, because there's limited spots. There's plenty of spots throughout Maranatha. Great spots.
Oh yeah, there's
But
plenty
if-
of room.
Yeah, but if you want the premier place, don't wait. Sign up right away to make sure that you have.
And I've
your
already
spot.
reserved my room, so that's one less.
Right,
So
right.
that's
Yes.
right. Now, I did want to mention, Hunter had said that if a certain percentage of the pastors show up, that he'll build a cardboard boat and try it out. But I can't remember what that percentage was.
This is all news to me.
Yeah, so are we
Yeah,
saying,
okay.
what, 40%,
Wow.
60% of the pastors on the district
Yeah.
show up? You'll build his own
Sure.
cardboard boat?
Yeah,
Definitely.
if-
Maybe.
If 50% of our pastors, if half of them show up, then sure, I will build a. I will
Awesome.
build a boat.
There we go. So there you go. We got to have at least
Yeah.
half of our pastors show up because we want to see if he can swim. I mean, because we want to see how good of a boat he can make.
Right.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Yeah. Well, this is going to be great. I think that people are just going to really enjoy being together. For me, growing up in church, I have such great just memories of adopted grandparents, adopted
Definitely.
uncles and aunts, people that just took me, and generational connectedness is why I'm still in the church today.
Me too.
And that's why we want to keep doing this, is we believe there's just power in generations learning and loving one another. So family
Exactly.
camp's going to be a great time. Put it on your calendar. You're going to want to be there June 18th to the 21st. Yep.
Definitely.
Yes.
All right.
Absolutely.
We'll see you at camp.
See you then.
We are talking about camps, and I have the privilege of sitting with the NYI president, the big dog himself.
Rough.
And here's what's crazy to me, is we're doing these 3 camps this summer at Camp Maranatha, kids camp, family camp, teen camp, and you're our most veteran director with 1 year under your
with
belt.
1 year of experience.
So,
That's so exciting.
That's you're our most experienced guy at the helm. That's really good. But this is a great year for teens because they're going to NYC, Nazarene Youth Conference,
Correct.
and on the heels of that, then they're going to go to camp.
Yes.
And boy, I think if our students go to both, what an encounter they're going to have with Jesus this year.
Yeah, for sure.
And so I think one of the things you're trying to encourage is for kids to go to both. And I know people are saying it's so expensive to go to NYC and it's expensive to go to camp. And tell us kind of the philosophy of what NYC is thinking about as far as making it more feasible for them to go.
Yeah, so every year when NYC happens,
Yeah.
the district puts forward a scholarship
Okay.
for those students that go to NYC.
Yeah.
So it's typically at least $100. It's been as much as $150
Yeah.
per student, and it really just kind of depends upon what we have left over to
Yeah.
supplement it. So
Okay.
at a minimum, we're gonna be offering $100 per
Awesome.
student scholarship,
Yeah.
but it could be a little bit more than that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that'll hopefully help. And I really like the summers that we have camp. So camp is 2 weeks after we return from NYC, and it really serves as kind of a solidifying moment. You know, you're on this high, this spiritual high from being at NYC.
Yeah.
You bring it all back home, and then you get together 2 weeks later with some of the same people that were there with you,
Yeah.
and some of the people who were too young to go to NYC. And so that just kind of reinforces a lot of the things that happen at NYC really, really close to it, and just kind of drives those spiritual development moments home even tighter, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now that you have one under your belt, are there some new things or expectations that you have for the second go around, of things that you're excited about now that you have a little bit better idea? I mean, you've been around NY a long time, so it's not like you're new to the gig,
Sure,
but directing is a little bit different. I mean, what are you looking forward to this time around?
Well, I think, so one of the things that's different about camps in Alaska than other camps that I've been at is we really try to provide a lot of time and space for students to have moments of silence, moments of reflection, opportunities to, on a one by one basis, get close to God. And we kind of develop that through every morning we have a group devotion. And then we transition from a group devotion to a cabin devotion. So big group
Yeah.
to small group.
Yeah.
And then we set some time aside for individual as well. So it really gives the students an opportunity to practice those opportunities of drawing close to the Lord, having time of quietness,
Yeah.
reflection, opportunities to listen.
Yeah.
Because I think that's what people struggle with a lot in our society today, is just being still enough
Yeah.
to listen for the words of God.
Yeah.
Yeah, and to hear His voice. So honestly, that's one of the things that I look forward to the most, which is kind of funny because from a director standpoint, it probably takes the least amount of effort.
Right. Right.
Right? But it's one of the most meaningful things about camp in my mind.
Yeah.
It really is. So.
One of the things, so I got to go a couple of nights last year,
Mm-hmm.
and then I went to retreat for one of the nights, and you're bringing back an NU's traveling team.
Yes.
Covenant.
Yeah.
And I have been so impressed with those students
Yeah.
and the quality of not just, they're great musicians, really
Mm-hmm.
good, but they have a real sensitivity to the spirit, and the worship's been phenomenal. I mean,
They
that's
do-
been a real asset to us to have that team come.
I agree, and one of the things that we typically do at teen camp is we ask the NNU students to be co-counselors in the
Yeah.
cabins.
Yeah.
And so the students get an opportunity to have some really close and intimate contact and really develop some relationships with these students who, most of whom are studying to be in ministry
Right.
in some form or fashion.
Yeah.
And so it just gives an opportunity for one more adult mentor,
Yeah.
one more, and it's a person closer to their
Sure.
age
Sure.
and
Yeah.
stuff like that. So I think that helps a lot. And there's some really tight bonds, I think, that are built between our students and the NNU collective team when they come to our camp, for sure. Yeah.
So, what are some of the fun things that are going to happen outside of just, the church services, which are really important? But what are some
Sure.
fun activities that they can look forward to?
Sure. So every night we will have a group game, and our game master, Pastor Matthew Sheets, that man can come up with some games that are engaging,
Okay.
challenging, sometimes like on the borderline of somebody's going to die. But, with teenagers,
Okay.
it's okay. You want to be right on that edge because that's excitement, right? It's
Yes,
like right
right,
there.
okay.
Nobody's died yet. Nobody's
Right,
been seriously
okay.
injured yet.
Yeah.
But Pastor Matthew is really good at getting those games that engage with students
Yeah,
and stuff like
nice.
that. Of course, the waterfront will be open,
Yeah.
and teens just love spending time in the canoes and the paddle boards, jumping in the lake, and just having all kinds of fun.
Yeah.
Those are some activities. We're going to do a scavenger hunt this year,
Okay.
which is something that we haven't done before,
Mm-hmm.
and that's going to be integrated into some of our rotations. Of course, the teens love the counselor hide and seek, which is typically done the first night.
Yeah.
We hide, they try to find us,
Yeah.
and sometimes they're successful and sometimes they're not. I tell you, some of those counselors who've been there a few years, they got some good hiding spots. I'm just telling you right now. So that's kind of a fun thing that we do as well.
Yeah.
And it's honestly, it's a time of opportunities to build friendships and relationships through competition,
Right.
but also through cooperative events as well.
Yeah.
So it's a combination of all of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
The only thing I'm concerned about is probably your choice in speakers. We have some shady people that we're bringing in.
It is kind of questionable. I'm surprised you allowed my judgment to
Yeah.
go this direction
Yeah.
for our speakers this year. That's for sure.
We're joking because a year ago I told Steve, I said, next year I would like to come and speak at teen camp.
Right.
And,
Yep.
and I'm going to bring my daughter along as well.
Which is super exciting
My
too.
daughter
Yep.
just graduated the master's from NNU and
Yeah.
worship and youth pastor at Grandview.
Great.
So she's going to come, and I just as a teen had so many important encounters with God,
Mm-hmm.
where He really just spoke to my heart in so many ways, and I was so thankful I had youth pastors that invested in me.
Yeah.
And now in this job, I just want to pour into our youth, and I want to make sure that they know you have a place here, like you're important here.
Yeah.
So we're going to tackle this whole theme of invitation.
Right.
And we're going to really look at some different people that Jesus invited. And what does that mean to say yes to Jesus and follow that invitation?
That's
So
exciting.
I'm excited to be there for the week and just be able
Yeah.
to speak to them and just see what God's going to do. And I'm just praying there's some that feel called into ministry, that
For sure.
feel called to just live in the world in which they are as salt and light. So
Yeah.
it's going to be great.
Yeah, I'll tell you, I was really excited too when you told me that your daughter would be interested in coming up.
Yeah.
Our speaker last year at camp was a young female pastor,
Mm.
and I really love opportunities
Yeah,
to point women to ministry.
absolutely.
I think too often young ladies don't see examples
Yep.
of women called into ministry, and
Right.
so these are opportunities that are really special in my mind. especially for the young ladies in our midst,
Yeah.
to know that God can call them too.
That's right.
That God can use them in a profession
Yeah.
and in a professional way
Yep.
for the rest of their lives. And so I'm really looking forward to hearing. Not that I'm not looking forward to hearing
Sure.
you,
No, I get it. Yeah.
you know, but just the opportunity to see another young woman
That's right.
who's called by God to shepherd
Yeah.
and to pastor people is exciting in my mind.
Yeah. Now you have some needs. Seems like we have a lot of men that volunteer to be chaperones, but
Right.
we get kind of light in the female part of things.
Yes.
So we need some female women
Yeah.
to come as chaperones, right?
That would certainly help. I haven't had much of a chance to look at the list of adults that I know that are coming yet,
Yeah.
but all of our youth pastors, for the most part, are
Yeah.
guys.
Right.
Last year, I was shocked when I had honestly almost too many male chaperones.
Yeah.
And I was, not that you can have too many chaperones at
Right.
any given time.
Sure.
But I had to send up some last minute requests for female chaperones because I was about ready to have to stop registration for young ladies. And I would have hated to have done that.
Yeah.
Thankfully, we had a couple of ladies who were willing to kind of jump in there at the last minute and
Yeah.
pitch in and help out. And so we didn't have to turn anybody away. And it just really turned out, I think, being a really good week. But yeah, we can always use more people.
Yeah.
Especially for some reason or another, it just seems like lately it's female chaperones
Yeah.
and stuff like that we need more than guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the ages, kids that are just graduated from 6th grade, right? Or
Yes.
going. So they've finished 6th grade. They
Correct.
could either choose to go to kids camp or they can make the jump to go to teen camp.
That
right?
is correct. Yep.
And if a senior has just graduated, can they still go? Or
They still can. It
Okay.
would be their last year.
Okay.
The one thing that I would remind seniors, and I've had this conversation with a few of them in the past, not just when I was the director,
yeah,
but they're still participants. And
Yes.
sometimes once they've graduated, they're already 18, and so then
Right.
you get into some things, and you're like, no, you're still,
yep,
yes, you're technically an adult, you're 18, but
Mhm.
you are still a student
yeah,
at teen camp. And I just really want them to be able to, not necessarily to remember that from a, I don't know, it's not like a discipline thing. It's just, I just want to make sure that they're
Yeah.
living into it as a student still. This is like your last chance almost to be
yeah,
a teenager.
right,
And adulthood is challenging enough.
yeah,
So live your teenage years as long as you can. I mean, take advantage of that, right?
for
So,
sure.
because adulting is definitely not fun.
Yes.
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, what are the dates of the camp?
So camp will be July 20th through the 24th, 25th, I believe. It's that week of July 20th. So we start on Monday, we end on Friday.
Okay.
Yep.
And we have 2 prices for this as well, right?
We actually have 3 prices.
Okay, 3 prices.
So we're trying to incentivize people to register as early as possible
Yeah.
because of all the logistics with NYC and the
Yes.
timing of everything. So our first registration deadline is June 15th.
Okay.
That's the early bird registration.
Yeah.
And the cost for that is $275.
Okay.
And then after that, we have our regular registration, which ends on July 8th.
Mm-hmm.
And the price for that is $310.
Okay.
And then finally, you can basically register up to the day that camp starts. We prefer not doing that, but it can happen.
Yeah.
But the price goes up another $40, I think. So I think it's $350
Okay.
if you register after July 8th. Because when it gets that close to camp, it really is a lot of effort to include people.
Yeah.
And so we don't want to not have people come, but at the same time,
Right.
because we might have to special order things
Yeah.
or do some stuff like that, there are some extra costs associated to us with those last minute things. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, I think it's going to be great. Like I said, going from NYC to camp, I know it's a lot for you youth workers, but well, I mean, what experience that if these students really take advantage of it, this will be a summer they'll look back at and say, my life was changed
Yeah.
that summer because I met with Jesus.
It typically is a very formative year
Yeah.
when you're going from NYC to camp. Again, just because of the way they reinforce on each other and stuff like that. So I'm really looking forward to it.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, please pray for Pastor Steve as he directs
Please.
us. That's a lot of pieces moving, and pray for our students that God would just speak their hearts at NYC, and that flame would just grow bigger as they come back to the district, and then they go to camp.
For sure.
My experience on NYI here was I was so glad to be a part of a district with activities and things that, I mean, it's just, we may be a small district, but I mean, NYI has always been, I think, traditionally a strong part of who we are. And
I think it has been. Yeah.
these activities are what makes it so great.
It really is. Yeah. Yeah, for sure. Thank you.
Well, thanks for what you're doing. Look for a great camp.
I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah.